Hello, my name is Drew Stapp, and this is my informative speech. This is our audience. Across time, there have been many influential people, especially in politics. One such man was Franklin Delano Roosevelt within the 1930s and 1940s. He was an instrumental component to our success during World War II, as well as later on. Now, there's also another man who was overshadowed by some of the politicians during that era. His name is George Orwell. He was the writer of this book, known as Animal Farm, as well as 1984. In his books, he stressed certain points. And some people may be wondering, why does Orwell even matter? However, Orwell matters to you as individuals because he taught us not only how to be politically active and why that's beneficial, but there are also references in culture to his works as well. Now, some people may be wondering, why should a high school student be teaching me about George Orwell? However, I did have the opportunity to write a 25-page paper over him and was able to do that. Now, there are three parts that Orwell left a legacy on. The first of which was culture, the second of which was how we view privacy within the court system, and the final area that he influenced was how we can be politically active. Now, let's move on to my first point, which is called culture. According to the website Novels to Notes, Orwell influenced certain series in the dystopian literature genre. The first of which is Veronica Roth's Divergent series, which is an up-and-coming series that is extravagantly popular today and has been gaining much influence, which describes a totalitarian regime that oppresses its people in order to keep power. In addition, the Hunger Games series, which is strikingly similar to Veronica Roth's series, is The Hunger Games, is also attributed to Orwell's 1984 and is directly correlated with that in that sort of genre. In addition, Orwell also created the terms doublespeak, doublethink, Orwellian, thought police, and Big Brother. In addition to influencing literature, he also influenced television. There was a television show that's named Big Brother. It has this concept of cameras watching people during reality and knowing everything that happens and everything that they do. This concept was originated in 1984 in how the government watches people and how that translated to them oppressing their people and gaining power over them. In addition, there was also the film 1984, which was based off of the novel 1984 as well. Now, Orwell's ideologies within politics also influenced how we view privacy. The fuzzy area of whether or not we should invade someone's privacy in order to protect the government and protect the people, the general well-being of the people. However, if you look to the court case, according to The Hill on January 31st, 2014, the Chief Justice indicated that the point in time in which we violate or infringe on people's privacy, when we infringe on people's privacy, we create an Orwellian society in which the government is able to control us and oppress us. Such instance that was reviewed was a court case that dealt with law enforcement and whether or not they should be able to use a global positioning system in order to track people, especially criminals. Now, at that point in time, the ruling was that we should not infringe on people's rights and we should allow them to keep their privacy. So this Orwellian mindset and Orwellian ideology has changed how we view things within the law. Now, the final point is that Orwell stressed was that we should be politically active. Within our democratic system, we're given a vote. We are given power. Power is given to the people. We are the people. We have the ability to change policy and change the people that govern us. With our vote and with that power, as Orwell stressed, according to Russell Baker, the Pulitzer Prize winner from America, talked about how Orwell completely stressed this idea that we should not give in and succumb to the government, but rather we should influence and enforce public policy through our vote and through our say. He also talks about when we concede that, we give up our power to the government and they are able to control us. He strongly suggests that we are able to hold our ground, influence politics, and be able to effectively maintain policy that is beneficial for the general common folk. Now, some of you may be wondering, why does this political man such as George Orwell even matter? Well, he mattered for three reasons. The first of which is the impact your culture, specifically Americans. He also influenced how we view privacy, especially within America, and he also influenced how we should be politically active in order to change things. Now, as he talked about in Big Brother, when we give into the system, when we think about the system, when we begin to embrace and love the system that oppresses us, we lose ourselves. So just think about that. Think about when you give up that power, when you give up your mindset, when you give up your ideas, who are you really? Thanks.